This is number 4 in the series on diabesity. Again, diabesity may not be a word, but you should get the point. The link between obesity and diabetes. We talked about how this is hitting our younger generation like never before. We've talked about the disease and devastation associated with it. It's the number 1 cause of blindness, number 1 cause of end-stage renal disease, and even lower extremity amputation. These are ugly, ugly diseases, and they're devastating the U.S. at minimum in all the developed countries. And as more and more countries become developed countries, more and more of them fall into this trap. That's all the negative stuff. And again, we talked about how prevalent it is. Also very negative, very scary. But what we didn't talk about yet is the fact that type 2 diabetes, over 90% of it's preventable. Over 90% of the pre-diabetic symptoms and problems that we have, also preventable. That's what we're going to start talking about over the next few videos in the series. On this slide from the CDC, they're saying without intervention, 15 to 30% of people with prediabetes will develop type 2 diabetes within 5 years. And that's exactly what a major part of this channel is about. What's most important? The easiest way? I don't know if there's any easy way. One of the most important ways is losing weight. Now that involves changing the way we think. There's a lot of focus on being disease-centric, top-down, the doctor giving, you go see the doctor for 7 minutes, they write a script, and they do a lot of high-tech stuff. We'll get into a lot of that high-tech stuff in this channel as well. But let's step back and start thinking about the health-centric stuff. Instead of problem-solving, focusing more on creating a new lifestyle, creating a healthy lifestyle, getting the obesogenic, fat-generating components out of the environment and lifestyle. Again, that takes some changes in the way we think. Those changes can certainly happen. Also, a major component of changing our habits. You go from habits of disease, which may be too many carbs, maybe eating too often, maybe eating much too big of portions, lack of exercise, relying too much on supplements, relying too much on medications, to changing that perspective to focusing on maintaining a healthy body weight, focusing on lifestyle first before you go to a supplement or medications. And we're not what we know, but we are what we're willing to learn. And again, learning can be a challenge, but that's where we want to go next in the series. Thank you for your interest.
I decided to come here because I had some vague concerns about my health. And what I thought was really attractive about coming here was the combination of getting the lab results as well as the CIMT and being able to overlay that with 2 days of information. So for me, the labs was the starting point, and the information is what's going to allow me to kind of think about an action plan about how I want to react to the information I've got. It's not going to be hard. When I told people I was going to a 2-day heart attack and stroke conference, their interest peaked up dramatically. There's a lot of people waiting for me at home that are going to want to hear about what I've learned, and so I've got a ready audience waiting for me when I